here with episode 2 of
Eminem Podcast.
I love that. I'm so happy every time we say it.
Every time we say it, just roll up the time.
We really did it.
We did that.
Week 2, episode 2. And what we talking about today? Girl, she being so shy in basketball, but this one is really about to hit home because we're going to talk about having faith when it seems like you got to make a way out of no way and what that really entails and what that looks like. And I feel like we got some stories to tell, and I know everybody can relate to this.
Making the way out of no way, they hit home, say.
Not you trying to sound old.
Hit a nerve.
Back in my day, things I had to do.
I'm not like, you see how your little cousins do you, and you a couple years older than them. Don't do me.
I wasn't even thinking there.
Back in my day, we had to do. All right, so let's get into our first topic.
Okay.
It's betting on yourself.
Yes. What about it?
Okay, so
Are we giving examples?
Give me an example of you betting on yourself.
Ooh.
Like just betting it all on yourself. And God.
Yeah, I think I'll give you like 2 examples, but I think the realest example was, so first was me moving, of course, to DC, across the country. I think that even though it was kind of secure, I had a job. I feel like that was a little bit more secure. It was me just kind of like stepping out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But betting on myself when I had a job working in Congress, literally quit my job, no backup plan, and it wasn't no 2 weeks notice. I got another job lined up.
I remember that.
Quit my job. I had just signed a new lease on a new apartment. Like I had bills. I lived alone, and I think I had money saved up for like a month. And outside of that, it was me and God. And I was like, and I remember when I did it, I prayed on it. I spent like a week praying on it, and I was just like really talking to God. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I was like, I trust that you have my back, God. And it's only the best can come out of this. But it took a lot of courage, because who quits a full-time job, stable income?
No.
In a great
It
field.
took guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took guts. You was brave. You got
Girl.
it all on yourself. You was like, look.
That mess was ghetto. I'm happy I did.
We good though.
Girl. And now can't nobody tell me shit.
Can't nobody tell you nothing.
After that, I was like, oh, you can't.
It was only up.
Yeah.
It was only up from there.
Yeah. What about you though?
So I would say that even with my career, like I'm a hairstylist, I feel like I bet on myself every day.
Yeah.
I feel like I live off of betting on myself.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a second job, so that's what I do. Like I do hair. So, you know, you gotta bet on yourself. Like, you don't know what you're gonna make next week, the week after that. Like, weeks be good, weeks might be okay, but like, you know, you just never know. You just never know.
No, I totally agree. Like, I think that you really do just have to bet on yourself, and you're the only person that's like responsible for your life. But one thing I want to talk about is, because I think especially like people keep talking about inflation and how our generation is living in like the most expensive of times and stuff, is doing it without the money and what that looks like. You want me to start or you want to start?
You can start.
Okay. I think, and so I remember like a couple years ago, I was always on TikTok, and girls will always be like, you need to take your finances to God. You need to like have a conversation with God. And this is before I fully like understood an abundance mindset, but they were just like, anything that you want, you need to lay it at the throne. And I used to feel like, I'm not asking God for money. Like that should the least of his worries. Why am I going to sit there and ask God for money? But then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm his child. I'm asking him to put breath in my life every day. Why would I should bring everything to him. So why would I not bring money to him? And I remember when I quit my job, my only prayer was, I was like, God, keep my bills paid and keep them paid on time. And I literally did not have a job for 4 months. And when I tell you every bill was paid on time. It was like, I couldn't even, I know where all the money came from, and I knew like how I got through those months, but sometimes I'm also like, how did I do that?
Yeah.
For 4 months, like no job, no money. And I didn't get no unemployment. I didn't have like nothing.
No backup plan.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was just, I remember the last month before I got my job, I was like, and that was the month that I didn't start questioning my faith. I didn't start questioning him, but I was like, you got it. And I already knew he was going to show up. I said, you've been showing up all this time, God. I said, this month, you know my prayer. And it was crazy because I had been like working this like catering bartending job when I first moved out here.
Yeah.
And they would always do these pop-up shops with like well-renowned like chefs and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I have been seeing them do them every couple of months, and I was like, I'm not doing that. And so then finally, one came around at the right time, and so I signed up. They put me on every single shift, and I made just enough money to pay my bills for that month. And I was like,
Malia, look at God.
It was like as soon as I needed him.
As soon as you needed it, right on time.
And so then I moved into this place because I had already signed my lease. I had to move out of my old place. I had already told them that I wasn't I had to move. Like things were progressing, even though I didn't know where the money was coming from. So I moved in here. Rent like more than doubled.
Right.
The bills went up, honey. Like the
price went up.
The price went up. And I remember I moved in here and I was so unfazed and I was so I wasn't unbothered.
You knew that God was going to carry you
100%.
through. You knew that you were okay.
Yes.
You felt it. You just knew it. Like I'm
yes.
going to be okay.
And I remember I was just like, I knew what it was going to take to maintain my lifestyle. I knew the things that I wanted to do that year. And so I just made a list. I made a number. And I said, this is the number, God, that I need you to make sure I provide. And so I got a job and it matched that number. And I remember this year, coming into this year, I started my lemonade stand.
Malia's? Tell them your lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Like the name and why you started it and what you're doing with it.
So I'll be brief. So I made a lemonade stand, Malia's Main Squeeze, here in DC. And it was just like, I started on Mother's Day, like at this farmer's market, literally just selling lemonade for like $8 to $12 a cup. And it has been like, that's a whole nother video.
It's blowing up, y'all.
Yeah. It's been a really big blessing in my life. Yeah. And it's been like, I've done some really cool events with it. But I remember there were certain months on my lemonade stand where I would be like, God, because I started my stand to pay off some debt, to get ready for law school and everything. Like I wanted to clear all my debt. Like I don't want a car note. I don't want any student loans. I don't want any credit card debt. Like I wanted to pay off all my debt. And so I remember one month, like, and I've been doing well all year. And one month I was like, we're doing $10,000 this month, God. I was like, I want to do $10,000 this month.
Yeah.
And
thinking big.
He did it. And it was like the way he didn't do it in 1 month, but he did it in 2 weeks in August and the first 2 weeks in September. And so
he gave it to you.
And so I said,
yes.
And then at the end of September, I said, he did it. But then I was like, I gotta get more specific because he gave me the 10, but some of it I had to pay people. I had to pay registration fees. So I didn't get all the 10. So now I be talking to God, and I'm like, now I know it's possible.
God, we're doing 20. We're doing 20, God.
And I don't like to talk about money too much because also I understand, you know, everybody's finances are different. Everybody has different opportunities and stuff, and I never want to show, because my number is my number, and my number is set up for my lifestyle. So I never want to be like, this number, I got this, because I don't know what it's going to take for you to be comfortable, for the next person to be comfortable. But I will say that when I gave my finances to God, I feel like it allowed him to move differently in my life. And so every single thing, like people, and I'm also cautious of who I bring into my world now because I don't want them to be like, oh my God, this looks so amazing. Like this, I want this.
And then people start. And
I'm always like, this is God. When people ask me how I get, I'm like, it's God. You don't ask me this is God. Don't ask me. I don't know. I wasn't even supposed to be in this unit. I was supposed to be in another unit. Yeah. And I ended up in this unit. So when people come in this unit and they be like, oh my God, don't ask me. Yeah. I can't. I don't know how I got in here.
It's God.
It's nothing but God. Okay, your turn.
Oh my gosh, that is so touching.
Isn't it?
Yes. Y'all, my cousin is so bomb.
So is my cousin.
She's on her-ish. Tell them how old you is.
I'm grown.
She's a baby. It's like, she grown.
I'm 27.
My cousin's 27, y'all. This is my baby. I'm so proud of her.
Am I your favorite cousin? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Not.
I'm playing. They will be like, shut the. Okay. We will be in the corner.
I'm not playing.
Now, why would you say that? Conversations would be crazy.
Alright, but so I would say like doing it broke is really putting all your trust in God.
Yeah. 100%.
And being like, it's really having a real honest, vulnerable conversation with God. Like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through, but I put all my trust in you.
Yes.
I'm gonna be okay. You know, I'm gonna have food on my plate and a roof over my head. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna have hot water, heat, AC if I need it, whatever it is that I need, I'm gonna be okay. And really, like how you said, like you don't question God, but it will really have you feeling like
it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. It's like when you're in the midst of it.
Yeah.
When you're in the midst of it, it takes a toll on you. Like even me, like how I said, like, you know, me being a hairstylist, you know, I did have a salon and being an overhead and stuff like that. Like, it's really not easy. It's really not easy.
Yeah.
Like, you still gotta live. Like,
okay, so talk about being a salon owner. Like, you became a salon owner at a very young age. Like, what was that like and how has it been?
So, you know, I will say this. I feel like that's a blessing. That's something that I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I you know, I would be lying if I said I did it alone. Like, I had help. You know, I had help. And my help know who my help is.
Yeah.
And I appreciate those who believed in me, you know, betted it on me, like, you know, helped me and whatever the case may be. And I worked hard too. You know, there's a lot that I had to do too. In my, you know, my family, you know, the guy who I was dating at the time, I'm not even gonna, you know, say him. I'm not even gonna say him, but like, that's just what it was. And I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed. And that's what it is. But I would say that it was really hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And it's not even, it's like, God always made a way for me. Like, I was able to pay my bills. But it was like I had a, a toxic a toxic financial relationship. Because it was like when I started off, I didn't have any girls working in the salon. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, for like my first year, I didn't have nobody working in the salon. I was just in there by myself. I still had an apartment. I still had a car note at the time. I still was like, you know, trying to live my life. Yeah. Like I had a salon brand. You know, you got to buy products. You got to be cute. You know, being cute is a bill, y'all. Let's be real. Lashes, nails, like, that's in my budget, period.
always
in the budget. I don't give a fuck. So, but it's hard. I'm not about to sit here and act like, oh, it's glamorous. Like, everybody's experience is everybody's experience. I'm so blessed to be able to do something like that. And like, you know, my area, I love the area that it was in. Like, I really did it. Like, and yeah. I'm so blessed. Like, I'm so blessed. I'm so happy I got the experience. My salon is not open anymore, but I would say it's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Like, I know what to look for when my next space. Like, I know how I want to do things. I know how I want to move. Like, I know what I should and shouldn't do. Like, I'm so ready. But right now, I do feel like, so with me closing the salon and everything, and I had some amazing girls. I love y'all. I love those girls. I love them so much. Like, I had some amazing girls in the salon, like working with me, and I love them so much. Like, I love y'all. We are so good to this day. Like, I love them. Like, I have, like, and I'm not gonna say girls. They are women. I had some amazing women in there. and I love them. So no complaints over here. Like, I had a great experience.
Yeah.
You know, even when it was hard, when I'm in the midst of it, it doesn't feel good. But now that I can look back and be like, I really did that. Yeah, like, and everything just, my heart was so full. And I mean,
and everything always works itself out. Like, I remember when you got your salon, when you were renovating it, when you were like maintaining it and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
remember, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I was so stressed out. It's so stressful. Like, just renovating was stressful.
That was a whole
We kept
project.
running into like different problems, like what was supposed to be done can't be done because this got to be done. You got to do this and wait. It was a lot, and but I would say that just to close it out, I'm working in a suite right now, and you know, I feel like right now, I love my suite, y'all. Y'all know I keep it bougie.
Period.
I love my suite though. Like, I love my space, my new workspace, and I'm enjoying just not having to be an overhead, you know, because I know that, like, you know how we say we're gonna give it to God. I know I'm gonna have another shop, part 2, bigger and better. I know that, like, I know I'm gonna have that, but right now, God wants me to be still.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy.
And I feel like you're trusting the season. I feel like every season changes and offers you something to learn.
Exactly.
The next
Like,
one.
me being here with you right now, me being a salon owner, I probably wouldn't have time to be here with you right now. I'll probably be too stressed. Look, bitch, I got my shit. It's like, no.
And I would be at the salon with the camera.
Yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
So.
So this is a good one because I feel like regardless of everything that we've gone through, because we've had a rough couple of years, but we've had a fun.
We had fun. Like, look, I know we up here like, oh, life is hard, but we be
outside.
We be outside.
We make it look good.
We be outside. And we be out of town. We be outside. We be out of town.
We be at the airport.
The like. Going through TSA.
Ain't custom.
But,
So let's get into that. Having fun regardless.
Having fun regardless.
And this is, okay. This is your section because I just want to preface this.
Not this is my section. Don't play with me. Y'all. Okay,
Leah be outside. Monae be outside.
So I do not be outside. I do not.
Don't even start. To the point, like, first of all, we be outside. This is how it goes. We can go to brunch at 11 a.m. 12, whatever. We go to brunch during the day. Okay, I can't say what I need to say, but
she is not allowed. She not allowed to say.
We be outside. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna end it there. We be outside. But I feel like the reason we have so much fun and the reason that we prioritize getting together a couple of times a month.
We literally make time for each other.
Yes. And I feel like we understand that the bill's always gonna have to be paid. The work is always gonna have to be done. But we have one life, and we only have these moments that we're this young, we're this whatever, to sit in them and to enjoy them and to just take in God's world. Like,
I'm gonna enjoy life.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna enjoy life.
Yeah.
But you gotta know when to not. You gotta still have discipline.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I will be outside, but I know when to sit my ass in the house. Look.
Yeah.
I don't play. The bills is going to get. Them bills going to get paid.
Them bills going to be paid. Regardless.
Okay, so yeah, but
we be
gonna have fun regardless. We gonna look good regardless. We gonna have fun regardless. You're never supposed to look like what you going through, even though sometimes I'll say that, and y'all probably run into me and Target or something looking crazy.
Looking like
what I'm going
through. That's a target.
But like, catch me on a bad day. But honestly, like, Put yourself together. Like, don't look like what you're going through.
And I'm gonna tell a funny story.
What's the funny story?
So, I remember when I quit my job.
Yeah.
And I was still going out every weekend. I was still outside. Because I was like, why am I not outside? And if anything, going outside like built my spirits and made me feel better.
Made you feel better.
But so this is gonna go back to the money conversation. I remember I was like, I can't spend no money. So every time I would go outside, I would make myself come home with the same amount of money.
And you would like budget if you as if you emergency, like if you had an emergency and had to.
No, like I would not spend no money, but I would spend money. But let me tell you, so okay,
I'm listening.
Say I left the house, spent $200. I would make sure I did not come back in the house until I got my $200 back. And so we would go to the casino. So my young ladies.
Not I thought it was about to get deep. And she said, so I'll go to the casino.
No, because
I'm not playing with you.
Have your fun. But I'm just saying, you
was hustling.
More or less, yeah. Like,
you was hustling.
Came home with the money all the time. And I didn't have to spend my money to go make the money back.
I'm not mad at it at all.
So, but
that's wasn't for you.
You have to have discernment, because even in those situations, I was at the casino with my friends, sometimes till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. We will be leaving clubs, we will be leaving bars, or whatever the case is. And so you are dealing with men with money. You're like, so don't be no foolish girl out there. And it was never a sketchy situation. It was just me at the casino talking to guys, being like, can I have a quarter? Which is a $25 chip to play on the table, acting real like oblivious. Can I have a? And then
this girl is
on
so
the table.
crazy.
I'm on the table. Next thing you know, I'm up. Bye. But you have to have, it's a certain like je ne sais quoi that you do with it.
Yeah.
And so have fun. But for me, I knew that I didn't want to have fun if it was gonna F up my situation. So, learn how to hustle. Mm-hmm. We can't stand no lazy.
Learn how to hustle bitches. And bet on yourself. That's the problem. You think it's small, you need to be thinking big. No, for real.
Alright, let's be serious though.
Okay.
So the last one is, let's just talk about believing in your vision and God's plan.
You want to know something? Sometimes your vision is not always God's plan, and not when you want it. Well, not when you want it. It might be in your plans, but not when your timing. That is really what that's the space that I'm in. Cause me just turning 30. Oh, I'm going to have this by this, and I'm going to have this by this time, and by this age, I want to be here. Not it.
You know what's crazy? I agree and I disagree with you.
Okay.
Only because I really be feeling like in the moment, every single moment in my life, I have felt like I am doing the Lord's work.
Yes.
And then I be praying, and some prayers don't get answered. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, they're coming. And then I see why they didn't get answered. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't your plan. But in the moment, there's nothing that told me that wasn't. So
it's still your vision. Your vision is your vision.
Yeah.
But God's plan is not always like exactly how you want your vision to be. Yeah. So.
And I feel like your destiny, you can't miss your destiny. I do think you can delay some things. I don't know what I delayed.
Yeah.
God, I want to get on the main line right now for some things. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm trying my best. I know that you see my heart. So I probably have delayed a few things when I was being hard-headed. Yeah. I wanted to see some things, test some things.
Sometimes God gonna give you what you want. God gonna give you what you think you want to show you what you asking for.
Yeah, he is.
And it's gonna be like, all right, you want to do that, you want to, do what your spirit told you to do. You know what you knew was the right thing to do, what you should have done.
Yes.
Or you didn't want to do that, so you got free will to go do it. Because there's always a choice.
There's always a choice. And there's power in our tongue. I remember there's so many things that have come to pass in my life that I was like joking, kikiing with my friends. I'm like, I want this, I want to do that. And then it came, and some stuff was like shits and giggles. Like, oh, like, damn, I said I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Other stuff, it came, and in the moment I was enjoying it, but it brought me a lot of stress. And I was like, I need to watch what I'm saying. Because I put this out, and it
watch what you putting over your life.
Yes.
It's a real thing. Like, even worry, fear, speaking doubt, all that comes from the devil.
100%. 100%.
don't even do it.
100%.
Anytime I feel the spirit of like something negative, doubt, fear, you know, speaking something like, oh, you know, it's another thing. Like my mom always be like, you know how you be like, oh girl, I'm broke.
I don't say that.
I don't say that no more.
I ain't never said that. I ain't never said that. It could have been 13 cents in the account. What? Broke? Can't even fathom it. My brain.
Picture that. But no, like that's
for real.
Like just casually, you have to be intentional about it, because you'll just casually just say things and it'll just be something that you just always just something that's just in your lingo, in your language. Like you just casually just say like, oh girl, I ain't never like, girl, you know I ain't gonna never move out of this. I ain't gonna, girl. Don't even play like that.
At all.
Don't even play with yourself like that. Don't even joke like that. Don't even speak that way.
Because you subconsciously start to embody whatever you're saying.
Yes.
And then you also are giving people around you a green light to agree and come into agreement with whatever it is that you just said. You're not coming into agreement with nothing but the absolute best for me. So I'm not even going to give you a chance to agree to none of that. And watch how people talk about you too, because sometimes, here's the other half of that. God has a plan for you, and sometimes other people may not see it because he hasn't revealed all of you to them.
Or sometimes people just write you off.
They do. And so, for whatever reason, they don't see it. And so they may say certain things about you, hold you in one position, in one place or whatever. It's not your job to go make them see your light. At all. I'm not saying to cut them off. I'm not saying to remove them. But keep doing what you need to do. And when it's time.
And don't let nobody project on you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, don't let nobody make you feel like just because they couldn't do something or they didn't believe in themselves enough to do something, they like, yeah. Be delulu.
And I also think, like, you can be inspiration for so many other people.
Yes.
Like, yes. So, especially like older people, like you just never know what
you never know. People don't. Everybody don't have the guts to do. Like, look at what we're doing. Like, this is totally out of my. So my cousin, y'all, she is so good. You see how fluent she is with the camera. She is so good talking to the camera.
Girl, you a natural too. She acts
see,
like she don't get on her close friends. She don't.
My close friends, that's different. Now get on her close friends. But no, like, this is out of my comfort zone.
It was, yeah.
This is really out of my comfort zone. So, like, what was I saying again?
Get out of your comfort zone.
Get out of your comfort zone.
You never, I think we was talking about you never know the impact you can have on somebody else. And I feel like I made you comfortable to come on here.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And now, we representing all the little girls that used to look like us at one point.
Okay, yeah, so.
Yeah, but that was the story. Like, that was, I feel like that was, because where did you think your life was going to be? You 30 now at 20.
I'm 30. At 20 years old, I was like, oh, I'm going to be married by 25. I
knew I was going to have 3 kids.
I wanted 5 kids. Everybody who know me know I wanted 5 kids. It's 5 of us. I got 4 other siblings, and I liked having
a big family.
Like, at least 4 siblings. Like, I liked it.
Yeah.
It gave me like options of who was getting on my nerves. Like, oh, yeah. But yeah, like I thought
100%.
I thought by 30, like I'm settled, stay at home mom.
Girl.
Waking up every day.
No,
cooking,
100%.
Making waffles.
By 27, I thought I was going to have been graduated law school already.
Yeah.
Married, the kids, the house, the dog. I got the dog. That's it, though.
I got the dog. I got the dog.
Yeah. And so, but I feel like there's so much beauty. Because I remember when I was like in my 20s talking to women who were like their late 20s, early 30s. They were like, girl, you're so young. And they
but you're at your age, you're not going to realize how young you were
at all
until, because I remember being like your age, being like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 in 4 years, 3 years, 30 in 3 years, 30 in 2 years, and then like I just turned 30 in May, so I get it. And
every single year
you just enjoy where you are,
And
don't be
so
so
much fun.
obsessed with.
So
oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
Wait, when the frontal lobe develops, when it clicks, you know how they say.
What is she talking about?
Okay, so at 27, they say like that your frontal lobe develops. So basically, like your brain is fully developed. You have all your reasoning skills, your cognitive skills, and they say you're very sure of yourself. So I think mine developed at 23. Personally, I think mine developed.
Early. I was like,
but it has. It's been.
I would say late 20s is when you like you own it. You walk in it like you.
It hits.
It hits you, and you don't really let things bother you. You know who you are. You're so content with yourself.
Yes.
I feel like at early 20s, I did have confidence.
Yes.
I did know I know who I was. Like,
Yes.
I know I looked good. Like, I knew what I was capable of. Like, I knew. But it was like, once I got to late 20s, it was like, I know, and I don't give a damn who don't know.
And I also feel like you start making better decisions. Because I feel like in my early 20s, I snap easily a lot. I wasn't doing nothing crazy. But some people can tell you some stories. Like, I was flying off of the mouth unprovoked a lot of times. Now, you could never get that out of me. And if you get that out of me, like, you
mature.
Yeah.
And like,
So I feel like I also am way more conscious of, like, how I carry myself, the energy that I'm putting out and everything. But it gets better, like the older and I'm only 27, so 28 is about to hit 29.
It only gets better. I always tell her, like, stop being so hard on yourself about.
No, I'm not gonna stop that though.
Yeah.
Because
you are your biggest boss.
I got a different calling on me in my life.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm in competition with myself.
Okay,
bitch.
period.
So yeah, I'm not. Yeah. We hard over here.
We hard. We straight over here. Shit, like that. But my cousin is young. My cousin is for real though. My cousin is young and she's on her shit. And like you doing everything that you're supposed to do the way you're supposed to do it, and I'm so proud of you. Like you're doing your thing.
I'm proud of you.
You're doing your thing. You do your big one every time, and like so.
I'm proud of you, bitch.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you. And this was episode 2. This was a nice chill episode.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like this one.
I had fun with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we doing next week? Y'all tell us in the comments what we doing next week. Keep it PG-13.
Next week, no, don't keep it PG-13. Keep it grown.
I'm just a child.
She ain't no child, she grown. She too grown, actually.
No, I really, yeah.
All right. Bye.